Hello everyone. It's been a while since the last time I released a video and I've been playing a lot of games lately. And now I'm still playing Wuthering Waves and we are nearing the release of 2.1 update. Several characters have been released throughout the game's 7 months journey and I'm surprised that most of them are actually pretty good and still good. And today, you know, at in 2.1 we were gonna have a brand new male character release, which is Brand, and people's been waiting for him quite some time. And before that, we have to discuss the first limited proper macho man in the game that often dubbed as the Gathering Wives. It's none other than our resident Green Doctor and General, Jiyan. Jian is a typical hyper carry DPS through and through, and he was strong at release. He is still relatively strong even today. This might surprise some people because hyper carry DPS are the easiest character to throw when new characters coming in because their numbers are usually got shafted by those new characters. But that is not really the case with Jian. Yes, his damage has been surpassed by the likes of Jinshi, Carlotta, and also Camellia, but let's be honest. Jian has another thing that he has, but this character doesn't really has, which is simplicity. There is no main DPS that is more simple than Jian. Yet some people might say that Xiangliao is simple, and I agree with that. Xiangliao is simple. You spam the resonance skill, you spam the resonance liberation, and auto attack just to dish out the damage. Well, some people also say dungeon was easy, right? I mean, they can play with a guitar and blindfold defeating holograms and stuff, but dungeon mains are built different, okay? Jian, on the other hand, the simplicity is on a whole different level. You just use your liberation and hold left click. That's it. Well, with occasional spamming your resonance skill, but mainly you're still holding left click. You don't even need to parry with him because most of the time the dragon will parry it for you. And those scattered enemies, yeah, he also dragged them around. And it's not just his kit. His rotation is even more simple. You just swap in, summon the monkey before you start waving your kite around. And yeah, previously it was a tiny little bit complex as you need to swap into Jian, turn it to the monkey, and then you swap back to Mortefi and swap back to Jian. But now, with the Nightmare Echo, yeah, it's getting much simpler. I mean, Kuro did really a good job in making the most simple character even more brain dead simple. And that's why he is good. You barely need any skill to play him. You just smash around. You don't need to bother about anything else than your left click. And while Mortefi doing most of the job around, Mortefi is the one setting up liberation, auto skills and stuff, and Jian just need to do one thing and one thing only. Oh, and you know what's even crazier is that Sierra Gill's buff activated if you perform intro skill. So that cuts down a lot of headache actually. So other characters can have better damage with more complex mechanic, but there's not much thing that can beat the feeling of a simple brain dead way brute forcing your way through content. For example, we can see this showcase of me playing Jian. Yes, of course, we are gonna use Shopkeeper because Shopkeeper is one of the best support for hyper carries.
Fury
And then
boils.
you
Feel
see
my
here most of the
wrath.
time is being
Here,
Showkeeper
as you wish.
preparing and Motefi preparing. Then after that, after he got his concerto
Ready for
energy,
battle.
and then we just go with Jian.
Let
And
fear
you
no
see
more.
here the new monkey can be used while you cast your liberation. Like, it's done that simple. Seriously.
Fury boils. Burn.
And again, if you see how much I actually used the sub DPS and the support, they took more kill time than Jian. I mean, yeah, this is not the best
Astral
Jian gameplay you
modulation.
see, but basically,
Fury boils.
this is how he works.
Silence.
You see Motevi
Inferno.
is like
You're
swinging
wide
around, and then Jian is just there for the duration of his liberation. And
Don't you worry.
okay, at current, you might see that yeah, there's no way you can clear this content, right? But just wait for another 1 minute, and you see that this guy is kind of
Fury
still
boils.
busted for
As you wish.
this kind of content. As long as the opponent doesn't use his iron. Here I
Burn
have
to ashes.
too small of energy regeneration for Jian, so I have to
Ready
swap
for
back to
battle.
him just to build up
Now.
some of his burst charges.
Lend me your power. I can take it.
And then back to Showkeeper preparing for everything. And it's like, I have like 30 seconds just to finish it, but
Lion
Jian
grabbed
can
you.
still actually
Fury
manage.
boils.
Well, of course with the help of Motevi, because Motevi's buff and also liberation is
Feel
really,
my
really
wrath.
well tailored for Jian.
You're wide open. Let fear no more.
And there you go.
I can take
Jian
it.
just still clearing the. Well, aside from that, we do need to appreciate how the devs didn't fall to just make the opponents having bigger HP and becoming HP spawns, but more to like how we deal with the mechanic of the both the characters and the bosses. So this kind of approach actually make the older characters have better longevity in the game. And regarding that, I want to talk about Jian's future, which I believe is still viable and might not be power crap until Cartetia, which is rumored to be an aerial DPS, is released. Regarding that, I also new characters. Remember that Jian still haven't has his best support yet. Yes, Motevi is buffing heavy attack and have a coordinated attack that synergizes with heavy attack, but Motevi is not buffing arrow damage. So in short, in the future, a character like the combination of Alto and Motevi will be the best support character for Jian, and that way Jian will be at his peak. And despite all of that, and we all know that one question still remain. Will Jian be ever power clap? Let's be honest, he will. Sooner or later, despite that, technically, you will need 24 combinations of element and damage type for him to get, overcome. We have to at least admit that currently, if we just see the power level, Jian is already overcome by Jinshi, Carlotta, and Camellia. In terms of AoE, Camellia is much better than him. But we also have to look not just from that point of view, but also like how Kuro treat Aero DPS so far. If we see currently, Aero DPS are focused on heavy attack. Not just DPS, all Aero characters except Alto focus on heavy attack, the uses of heavy attack. If this is the philosophy that Kuro brings for the element, that means Jian could be power crap even faster in his own element. However, we see from other elements like Fusion, which is having a very different damage type from characters to characters, This might take quite a while if Kulo decided that the next Aero DPS character to have not focused on heavy attacks. However, even after all the power crap and everything, one question will always remain. Will they be as simple as Jian? Yeah, yep, thank you very much for tuning in to this video. I think moving forward, I want to discuss characters and maybe some reveals in this kind of way because I would love to talk about their designs and their the philosophy between in their playstyle rather than flat out discussion about how to build them. I believe other CCs are better at that, and maybe I can touch on this kind of subject more. So if you want to see more content like this, please help to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.